Rudy's Windy Christmas by Helen Baugh and Ben Mantle. One Christmas Eve at Santa's house, amid the ice and snow, the Clauses shared a festive feast before he had to go. Mrs. Claus, who loved her sprouts, ate each and every one, but Santa fed his to a friend until the last was gone. "Bye-bye, dear," said Santa, lifting one more sack of toys. "It's time for me to go and visit all the girls and boys." Then Santa and his reindeer friends flew up into the sky, the sleigh secure behind them and the presents piled high. They'd just got to Australia when Dasher took a sniff. What was that funny smell that had a sprouty sort of whiff? "Oh, pardon me," said Rudy, "but I think I've done a pump. My tummy did a rumble, then my bottom did a trump." The other reindeer giggled, then they flew into the sky, the sleigh secured behind them and the presents piled high. The air was sweet for many miles, then Dancer took a sniff. Somewhere over China he had smelt that sprouty whiff. "Oh, dearie me," said Rudy, "now I've done a windy pop. This is a bit embarrassing. I'll do my best to stop." The reindeer giggled more, and then they flew into the sky, the sleigh secure behind them and the presents piled high. For a while the air was sweet, then Prancer took a sniff. This time it was in India he'd smelt that sprouty whiff. "I'm sorry, boys," said Rudy, "but I've done a bottom burp. Why did I eat so many sprouts? I really feel a twerp." The reindeer chuckled hard, and then they flew into the sky, the sleigh secure behind them and the presents piled high. Air was sweet for quite some time, then Vixen took a sniff. Just as they reached South Africa, he smelt that sprouty whiff. "Oh, excuse me," said Rudy. "What a smelly, stinky fluff. I really wish this wind would go. I think I've puffed enough." The reindeer laughed and then they flew into the sky, the sleigh secure behind them and the presents piled high. For a spell the air was sweet, then Comet took a sniff. On landing in the UK he had smelt that sprouty whiff. "Oh, goodness me," said Rudy, "now I've done a great big toot. That really was a ripper from my poor old bottom flute." The reindeer had hysterics, then they flew into the sky, the sleigh secure behind them and the presents piled high. The air was sweet for hours and hours, then Cupid took a sniff, 'cause once more in the USA he smelt that sprouty whiff. "Forgive me, please," said Rudy, "but I've blown my rear end trumpet. I can't believe there was enough wind left inside to pump it." Donna, Blitzen and the other reindeer rolled around, doubled up with laughter as they lay upon the ground. "They've laughed so much they're out of puff," said Santa. "They can't fly. However will we get this heavy sleigh home through the sky?" "Some super turbo gas is what we need now," Rudy boomed. He stuck his windy bottom in the air and off they zoomed. But when they reached the North Pole, Santa got a big surprise. All the elves had wrapped their scarves round right up to their eyes. "We've had a horrid time," one little elf told Santa Claus. "Ever since you went, your wife has air-pooped without pause." "Ho, ho, ho," said Santa. "Sprouts are more fun than I knew. I think I'll eat mine up next year so I can join in too." So if you wake up on Christmas night and smell a certain stink, just look up in the sky and give old Santa Claus a wink.